Alright, welcome everyone. This is 5.3, graphing functions in slope-intercept form. Hope you're having a great day. So this is our standard, right? FIF7, graphing linear functions given slope-intercept form. So we need to go over what slope-intercept form is again, right? So it's f of x equals mx plus b, where your m is the slope, is our rate of change, and the b is your y-intercept, which is your initial value. Okay, so whatever is next to the x, that is your slope. Whatever is the b by itself, the number by itself, has to be just a number without the x. That is your y-intercept. Okay, so this, whatever number m is next to the x, that's your slope. Whatever number is by itself is your y-intercept. Okay, so just by looking at equations, we should be able to tell what the slope is, what the y-intercept is. Okay, so let's do an example right here. So given the function s of x equals 100x plus 300, right? We match it up. We can tell that our values, 100 matches with m, right? Right next to the x. So m is your 100. So that's how we get m equals 100. That's your slope. Your b value, right? Use your sign. So positive 300 equals b. So that's your y-intercept. Okay, and the way we start is we start at the y-intercept on the graph, and we use our slope, 100, which is 100 over 1. So we go up 100, right 1, up 100, right 1. Right, we keep going. 100 over 1, 100 over 1. Rise over run. Let's move up, plus 100, plus 1. Right, and keep going. Plus 100, plus 1. Right, let's follow our graph and keep making points along the way. 1, 2, keep going until we run out of space. Okay, so again, right here, f of x equals 2x plus 3. We compare it to our y equals mx plus b. Slope-intercept form, right? You can see right next to the x, that's our slope, right? So our m is 2. Our y-intercept is at the end, positive 3. So positive 3, so we have, remember, y-intercepts always start with 0, right? So 0, comma, 3. That's our y-intercept, 0, comma, 3. Okay, and same, so we label table values and a graph of the function. Find the slope using the table. So again, we did this previously, right? So given 2 points, we can use any points. Let's use these two. This one, so 0, 3, and 1, 5. Use those. So 0, 3, 1, 5. So we got x1, y1, x2, y2. Label our points. So we can use our slope equation, right? y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So y2 is 5, y1 is 3, x2 is 1, minus x1, which is 0. So we get 5 minus 3, 2, 1 minus 0 is 1. So our slope is 2. So that's using our table, right? Two ordered pairs. Find the slope using the graph. And again, we're going to start at our y-intercept. Start here. Then we go to our next point right there. So it hits a corner. Right, so to get from there to there, we're going up 2, right 1, plus 1. So up 2, right 1. So rise over run. Going up 2, right 1. So up 2 is positive 2, right 1, positive 1. which is just 2. So we still get the same slope. Identify the y-intercept in the table and the graph. So our y-intercept is always the 0, 3, right? So it starts with a 0, 0. So 0, comma 3 is also right here. So 0, 3, right? Our y-intercept. Right there. So there's many different ways. So we have our function here, and as you can tell for our function, right? So comparing it to y equals mx plus b, we can see already our m is 2 and our b is 3. Right? So our slope is 2, our intercept is 3. So that's our shortcut. So it's looking at the function. Okay, so it's looking at the function again. Compare it. Y equals mx plus b. We have our m, which is right next to the x. So that's our slope, which is 3. Our b value is -1. So our y-intercept is 0, comma, -1. Right? That's our ordered pair. 0, comma, -1. Same with b. Y equals mx plus b again. So next to our x is -5, so our slope is -5. Our y-intercept is 2, so it's going to be 0, comma 2. Always 0. Part C, same thing. Y equals mx plus b. And then we match it. Right, there's no number in front of the x. So remember, no number is a 1. Right, so our slope is 1. Our y-intercept is -4. Remember the sign, right? So 0, comma, -4 is our y-intercept. So by looking at the equation, we can tell that. This one, same thing. Compare y equals mx plus b. Match it up. So our slope, this one is 3 over 2. And our b, there's nothing there. So this is like plus 0, right? Because nothing is there. So your y-intercept is 0. So it's going to be 0, comma 0. Your origin. Okay, part E. Slope given 2 points. So just looking at this, our y-intercept right here. That's our y-intercept, 0, because always 0 something, right? So 0, -1 is our y-intercept. To find our slope, we have to use our y2 minus y1. So we can use this point. So 0, comma, -1, 1, comma, -4. Use our y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Label it x1, y1, x2, y2. So y2 is -4. We're going to subtract our y1, which is -1, our sign, over x2, which is 1, minus x1, which is 0. And then the two negatives, right, is always addition, so -4 plus 1 over 1 minus 0, 1. So -4 plus 1 is -3 over 1, which is -3. So our slope is -3. Okay, next one. Okay, slope y-intercept. Remember these ones, right? So we start at our y-intercept. Here's our y-axis. Always start on the y-axis. So here's our point that crosses, right, at -2. So our y-intercept is 0, 2. Our slope, we go till we hit a corner right there. That's our corner. And then we see what is our rise of our run, right? So we go up 1, 2, 3, plus 3, and then right 1, plus 1. Right, so our slope, rise over run, so we went up 3, right 1, which is positive 3 over 1, which is 3. So our slope is 3, right? 3 over 1, which is 3. Second one, same thing. We started the y-intercept right here. This was -2, so this is 0, -2. 0, -2. Our slope, we go till we hit a point right there, corner. So this went up 1, right 1, plus 1. So our slope, rise over run, is going to be plus 1 over plus 1, which is just 1. So our slope is 1. Okay, so we're in a graph. Can do. Right, gives our steps. So identify the slope first, M, y-intercept B. We start at the y-intercept, and we use our rise over run. So that's our steps. Okay, so let's use this one. So first, we're going to identify what the slope is, what the y-intercept is. Right, so compare it to y equals mx plus b. We can see our slope is 4/3. So we can write that in, 4/3. Our y-intercept is +1, so that's at point 0, 1. So we're going to start at our y-intercept, 0, 1. So 1's here. So that's our y-intercept. Right, so start at y-intercept. Then we're going to use our slope, which is 4/3. So if our slope is 4/3, rise over run, right? So +4, +3. So we're going up 4, +3, so right 3 from our starting point. So we're going up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, right 3, 1, 2, 3. So up 4, right 3. And then we make a point right there. We can also follow the pattern the other way. Right, so 3, 4 right there. Because we're still going up 4, right 3. I still got the pattern going. Same pattern. Then we can draw a line right there. And put arrows at the end, and that's our graph. So start at the y-intercept. Use rise over run. To create other points. Both left and right. Then we draw a line. Okay, so that's our process right there. So number 2, look at this. So y equals mx plus b again. So y equals mx plus b. Right there. But wait, there's no x. Right? So if there's no x, this is just like saying this is y equals 0x minus 4. Right? Because there's no x, this is 0. but you still have that -4 there, right? So your slope is that 0. So your slope is 0. Your y-intercept is that -4. So 0, comma, -4 is your y-intercept, which is right there. So 0, comma, -4. Our slope is 0. So 0 slope is, right, flat line. Because it's a 0 slope. So flat line, like flat ground, right there. That's our line. Right across. So flat line, slope is 0. Okay, so number 4. So again, identify. So y equals mx plus b. Our slope, -5/4. Our y-intercept is at -4. So 0, -4. So that's where we start. 0, -4 on our graph. So we have our starting point. Then we use our rise of our run. So this one is -5/4. So -5 is down. So we're going down 5, right 4. Down 5, right 4. If you look at our graph, down 5, right 4 is way out the graph. So we have to go the other way. So instead of down 5, right 4, we just go the opposite. Let's see if we can do that. So instead of down 5, we can go up 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And instead of right 4, we go left. 2, 3, 4, right there. Right, so it's going to go 4, then 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right there. So we're still going down 5, right 4. So we follow the pattern, right? Still going down 5, right 4. And we run on a graph again, so we just draw a line. That should be good enough. Okay, so we draw a line right there. Put our arrows at the end, and that's our graph. So make sure you're showing your rise over run. Show this on your graph to show me that you understand how to do these type of problems. So the last one real quick. So x equals 5. So if you compare it to y equals mx plus b, it's totally different, right? X equals 5. What does that mean, right? So it looks weird, right? So whenever you have x equals something, this is going to be a vertical line. At x equals 5. So vertical line at x equals 5. So y is like, you create like a t-chart, your x, y values. Your x is always going to be 5, like 5, 5, 5, because x is always equal to 5. You could have 5, 0, 5, 1, 5, 2, 5, 3, but your x is always equal to 5. Right? So if we have like 5, 0, be right here, 5, 1, be right here, 5, 2, 5, 3, and then so on. And we can go -2, but our x is always going to be 5, no matter what point that we have. So we have a vertical line at x equals 5. Right there. So whenever you have a x equals, it just tells you your x is always 5. So you're going to have a vertical line at x equals 5. And your slope, vertical lines have an undefined slope as opposed to horizontal, which is 0, which is flat line. So vertical line has undefined slope. Y-intercept, does it ever cross the y-axis? No, it's vertical to the y-axis. So this one is none. None. And since there's no slope, there's no rise of run.